Hi there, and welcome to the next lesson of your funnel. In this lesson, we are looking at the lead landslide funnel brief and an overview of everything that you'll be doing. So here is what you will learn and do. You will, first of all, learn how to take this course. There are some nuances to how you go about it, and I want to make sure that you are successful. So I'm going to give you every single step that you're going to take from beginning all the way through the end so you know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And then I'm also going to show you the glossary that you have with your workbook. Now, I do use a lot of probably new terminology for you. Hopefully, there are some concepts that you recognize from just being a marketer, entrepreneur, or copywriter, but there are some terms that I'm using that you probably never heard of before. So I want to make sure that you know that there's a glossary at the back of your workbook, and I'm just going to do a quick overview of that too, so you know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. And then we're going to look at what exactly a lead landslide funnel is. Then we're going to look at a minimum viable funnel that you are going to work on throughout this course. So whether you are starting a funnel from scratch or you're optimizing an existing funnel, I want to show you the minimum viable funnel that is for your lead landslide funnel. So if you set your aims at this funnel, then you will be successful straight out of the gate. And then we're going to take a look at that lead landslide funnel brief, or the workbook, that covers every single worksheet, all the materials, everything you could possibly need is inside that workbook. And I just wanted to quickly go through it with you. So first, we're going to take a look at how this course works and what you will be doing and the glossary, and then we'll continue with the rest. Number one, the course and the glossary. Let's dive in. Okay, what you are looking at is a step-by-step flowchart on how to take this course. And don't be overwhelmed because I have broken down every single step, so there are probably more things on here than maybe is necessary. But we start all the way in the beginning at step number 1, and it goes all the way to step number 18, which is steps 14 through 18 are the optimization steps. And those happen after you have launched your funnel, which is step 13. So as you work through this lead landslide funnel, you are going to start with filling out your perfect lead profile. I'm telling you here which checklist you'll be using and which worksheet you'll be using. You're then going to continue with your irresistible lead offer 3.0. You are going to use an internal research checklist and process to fill that out. When those two are done, you have pretty much completed between 50, maybe even 60 to 80% of your copy, of your funnel copy. So that's why we start with those two, because when you do those two worksheets, which are about a page each when it comes down to it, you have completed almost all of your funnel, at least more than half of your funnel. And then in step 3, we are simply going to refine our messaging and define the revelation we want people to have, the beliefs they need to have. Now, I'm sure these things don't make much sense right now because you have just started with this, but all of these terms are defined and described in the workbook and in the glossary. So you will encounter these terms and they will be explained to you. I will dive into detail into what they are in the next few lessons. After you have defined your beliefs, which is what someone needs to believe in order to have the revelation, you then continue to craft the messaging for each belief, because each belief needs to become a belief packet. Again, don't worry about the terminology, everything will be explained. So step 3 through 6 will form the core messaging. So you are going to take raw data and copy from here. You're going to turn that into beliefs and revelations here. And you're going to continue with drafting your landing page, which contains your offer, and that's your conversion device. You will then draft your advertorial, which is your attraction magnet, and that advertorial contains your beliefs. You continue with the acceleration agent emails that solidifies your beliefs and revelation. You make sure you understand the math involved. You set targets, you understand your KPIs and metrics, you determine your funnel mechanics, finalize everything, and you are launched. If you were to do this in a week, then you could, in fact, do it in a week, probably only working, I don't know, 3, 4 hours a day, maybe at most. A funnel like this, a minimum viable funnel that you're going to work towards, can be created in 3 to 4 days. Anyway, all of the steps are in here, and after your funnel is live and is launched, you need to wait a little bit for it to collect data, and then you can start the optimization process in step 14. You're welcome to check out those videos while you wait for your funnel to collect data. It is useful for you to just familiarize yourself with the optimization process, and they are right there in steps 14 through 18. That's the process. Again, every single term will be explained, all the concepts will be explained, everything you need is going to be detailed and laid out and explained, and I'm going to show you what I'll be doing in the worksheet so you will have full clarity into everything. Speaking of clarity, at the back of your workbook you have a glossary of 10x funnel terms where, again, every single concept and term shows up, and they are all explained and described so that you will never ever wonder what's going on. This is found at the, like I said, at the end of the workbook, and you can have this close to you, next to you, as you work through the lessons that are coming up.